So the idea of co-parenting with someone who you don't trust is difficult, and it's common because think about, your relationship broke up, right? You have a lot of love lost.
Hey, welcome to the WTF Divorce podcast. My name is Rob Roseman. On this show, we talk about everything divorce, whether you're thinking about divorce, going through it, or figuring out life after. Divorce, co-parenting, dating. We cover it all and break it into short clips so it's easy for you to find and learn from. If you want more help, head on over to WTFdivorce.com. Thanks for listening. On to today's show. Real quick, let's talk about today's sponsor. The WTF Divorce podcast is sponsored by OurFamilyWizard. If you're a co-parent, you know how frustrating it can be constantly going back and forth with your ex about the kids, schedule, and expenses. OurFamilyWizard helps keep everything organized in one app, making co-parenting communication less stressful. More about how OurFamilyWizard can help in a few minutes, but now, on to today's show.
I'm Tamar Burris. I'm a divorce and co-parenting coach. If you need help on this or any other co-parenting related topics, you can reach me at www.tamarburris.com or in the WTF directory of professionals. There's probably some animosity, resentment, anger, and particularly if you had a high conflict divorce or separation. There's a lot of stuff in there, so you don't trust them, and it makes sense. You really have to take a look at yourself, at your role in the relationship and what it means to move forward as a co-parent in order to get past this idea of mistrusting this person and allowing them to co-parent with you. So take a look first at, what you don't trust about this person. Do you not trust this person with your emotional safety? Do you not trust them on the romantic partnership level? Do you not trust them as a person altogether? Are they just a liar and you think, they're out for blood and they're not going to give you money and they're not going to have the best interests of you and your family at heart? Do you not trust this person as a parent? Are they going to keep your kids safe or not? Are your kids going to be reasonably happy with them or not? So these are different levels at which you may mistrust this person. The first two, they don't matter as much when you come to co-parenting. Co-parenting is really about kids. So you have to drop altogether the idea that this person has an emotional capability of caring for you and your emotions. That's not what this is about. You don't have a personal relationship with them anymore in which they have to caretake your emotional safety. That's not what co-parenting is. That was your romantic relationship and that's over. So if you don't trust them on that level, that's okay. You don't need to share personal information with them. You should not be leaning on them and looking to them to take care of your emotions. This is separate. This is business of co-parenting. This is raising kids together, and that's the focus. The second one is a little bit trickier. If you don't trust this person as a person altogether, if you don't think they're going to have the best interests of your family at heart, if you think that they're going to kind of try and pull back on money and try and, sabotage things for your family, then you have to be extra wary when it comes to co-parenting. You have to make sure that you are really, really clear with them. Maybe you're using a parenting app so that all the financial aspects and all the scheduling and everything goes right into that app. So you have documentation and you have this sort of third party looking out for you that can make everything just factual. This is the money owed. This is when it's owed. This is the schedule it's happening. This is when it's happening. And so you take the emotions out of it. That's the most important part, is that you're taking the emotions out of it. And hopefully they will sort of rise to the occasion and start behaving better in terms of your family arrangement. And if they don't, there's not much you can do about it. It becomes parallel parenting. It becomes you focusing on what you can provide and you being a consistent parent and not really setting them up for failure, I guess. So you don't have expectations that they will be there for you. So there's not going to be much for you to even trust. You take care of the kids as much as you can on your end, and you allow them to do the same in their house. And then the third is, do you trust them as a parent? If they are able to keep your kids safe and relatively happy in their home when they have time with the kids, then that is the most important thing about co-parenting. You don't have to like each other. You don't have to be friends. You don't have to hang out. You do both have to be good parents. If this other person is an unsafe parent, if they are putting your kids at risk of anything, emotionally, physically, sexually, if there's anything abusive happening, this is the time to call in the authorities. You don't have to try and work out the trust on this level on your own. You should be protecting your kids and looking out for them and documenting everything, talking to a lawyer, talking to the authorities, and seeing what your rights are and what you can do for your kids in this situation, because it's about your kids' safety. If they are reasonable, though, as a parent, you may hate them, but if they can do a good job as a parent on their own, then you have to leave it be. That is the ultimate goal of co-parenting, is that you both are being good parents to these kids that you share. So yeah, you've got to separate yourself. You have to leave out the emotions. Use a co-parenting app if you need one. Keep things really, really simple, really, really clear, particularly in the beginning, because there's a lot of personal emotions that get involved, and you have these sort of expectations from the relationship that you used to have, and it's time to drop them. Over time, it's going to get a lot easier. Over time, you're going to remember that this is really just about parenting the kids, and the focus is there. And the other thing is, if your co-parent is a decent parent, they are also going through their own emotions on their side. And over time, if you give them space, their parenting might improve, and your relationship might improve as well, as you both heal and get past this. So yeah, you don't trust this person right now. You don't know how you're going to feel about them in 5 years. So let's just leave it be. And let's just start out by the rule number one, the bottom line of trusting them as a parent. I'm Tamar Burris. I'm a divorce and co-parenting coach. If you need help on this or any other co-parenting related topics, you can reach me at www.tamarburris.com or in the WTF directory of professionals.
The WTF Divorce podcast is sponsored by OurFamilyWizard. If you're a co-parent, you know how frustrating it can be, constantly going back and forth with your ex about the kids, schedules, and expenses. OurFamilyWizard helps keep everything organized in one app, making co-parenting communication less stressful. Here's Rachel to explain how OurFamilyWizard changed her co-parenting life.
Right after I filed for divorce, the texts and all the communicating with my ex became super stressful. Every text, every call, every time I scheduled an appointment, it was just emotionally draining. My attorney suggested using the OurFamilyWizard app, and it completely saved my sanity. The constant texting stopped because all the communication moved into the app, so I could check it when I was ready to respond. And for me, I really actually needed OFW. It gave my lawyer some clear documentation of, let's say, ridiculous disputes, and I didn't have to email him hundreds of screenshots anymore. He could see it in the app. I tell all my friends also struggling with co-parenting about OFW, and everyone who tries it says it's a game changer for them too.
Join more than 1 million parents and family law professionals who trust OurFamilyWizard. Go to www.OurFamilyWizard.com to get started today. That's www.OurFamilyWizard.com.